On a cold January night in 2018, while most of Japan was asleep, a silent storm was brewing online. When the sun rose the next morning, more than $530 million worth of cryptocurrency had vanished into thin air. Over 260,000 people woke up to a nightmare. Their money was gone, stolen in one of the biggest crypto hacks in history. The country was in shock. Headlines screamed of a disaster bigger than even the infamous Mt. Gox collapse. But as investigators scrambled to trace the loot, no one, not the victims, not the Coincheck exchange, and not even the Japanese police, was prepared for the bizarre twist that would follow. Because the hackers weren't just thieves, they turned out to be innovators in crime. At exactly 2:57 a.m. on January 26, 2018, the heist began. Coincheck, one of Japan's biggest cryptocurrency exchanges at the time, held a massive fortune in a digital currency called NEM $XCM. Unbeknownst to its 260,000 users, Coincheck had made a dangerous mistake, keeping over $500 million in a hot wallet, and that mistake would cost them dearly. The attackers, using sophisticated malware, quietly slipped into the system. In a matter of hours, 523 million NEM coins were drained out of Coincheck's reserves and moved into accounts controlled by the hackers. What's shocking is that Coincheck didn't even realize this had happened until nearly 9 hours later. By then, the hackers were long gone. To understand how this was possible, you need to know how crypto wallets work. A hot wallet is like a digital vault that's permanently connected to the internet. The upside is convenience. Exchanges can quickly move money around for transactions. The downside? Vulnerability. If hackers break in, they can drain everything instantly. A more secure option is a cold wallet, which is stored offline. But Coincheck, despite being one of Japan's largest exchanges, chose the risky path of keeping enormous sums in a hot wallet. This was like leaving Fort Knox unlocked and guarded by a single rusty padlock. The attackers exploited this weakness perfectly, and the consequences were catastrophic. When news of the hack broke, the NEM Foundation, the group behind the cryptocurrency, scrambled to respond. They came up with a clever idea, tagging the stolen coins. Using NEM's Mosaic system, they embedded a warning message directly into the blockchain, marking every single stolen coin with the text, TS, warning unowned _accept _stolen funds. The hope was simple. If exchanges saw these marked coins, they would refuse to process them. For a moment, it looked like a brilliant solution. But then reality hit. While some exchanges cooperated, others ignored the warning. Stolen coins began slipping back into the legal market. The more the hackers moved their loot, the harder it became to trace. By March 2018, the NEM Foundation admitted defeat. The tagging system was useless against a determined adversary. Most criminals would have tried to launder the stolen coins quietly. But these hackers, they had other plans. Investigators, including a security researcher named China, discovered something shocking. The hackers were chatting on-chain, leaving cryptic notes and even addresses. One message contained a Dash wallet address for laundering. Another led to a hidden website. What China uncovered next was jaw-dropping. The hackers had created their own darknet exchange. They called it simply the Cryptocurrency Exchange. There, they openly sold the stolen NEM coins at a 15% discount. Buy $100 of NEM for just $85. No questions asked. And here's the craziest part. They sold out everything in just 42 days. $500 million in stolen crypto, gone in less than 2 months. 3 years later, Japanese police managed to make arrests. But it wasn't the hackers. Instead, they caught 31 men who had knowingly purchased the stolen NEM at discount prices. These buyers became the fall guys, charged with illegal transactions. But the true masterminds, the original hackers who engineered the heist, remained ghosts in the system. Even though investigators found evidence of them cashing out through centralized exchanges, no one has ever been caught. To this day, the identity of the Coincheck hackers is one of the biggest unsolved mysteries in the crypto world. The Coincheck hack wasn't just a story of theft. It was a brutal wake-up call for the entire cryptocurrency industry. Centralized exchanges are powerful because they're convenient, liquid, and accessible. But with that convenience comes an unavoidable truth. You are placing your trust and your money in someone else's defenses. Coincheck promised safety, but delivered disaster. Over $530 million vanished because of one weak link. And the people who paid the price weren't the hackers. It was the 260,000 everyday users who trusted the wrong gatekeepers. The Coincheck hack remains one of the most audacious cybercrimes in history. A $500 million heist pulled off not just with stealth, but with creativity. The hackers didn't just steal, they built their own underground market, ran a business, and disappeared with the profits. And the world was left asking, in a digital age, where money can vanish with a few keystrokes, who really holds the power? The regulators, the companies, or the shadowy figures lurking in the dark corners of the internet?